Another very important member of a business and families advisory team is their banker. I'm Michael Redden, and if you have any comments or anything about this video, please leave them at the bottom. If you have any questions, leave them too, and I'll get around there and I'll answer them for you. If you want to talk about this in more depth or more detail, or if you want to plan with me, then either go to reddenlawoffice.com and click schedule a meeting, or click on the link in the description. So, a very important part of a business and families planning team is their banker. This is probably the most underutilized individual on the team. He's probably not only underutilized, but used in the wrong way. And that's really too bad because he's key to everything. Think about it. Who knows more about your business than the banker? The banker sees the cash coming in, the cash coming out. They see the checks. They know everything about it. A bookkeeper, where they're going through different kinds of accounting methods and other things, can paint up in pretty all different kinds of pictures. The banker can't do that. He knows what's going on. And you should really be talking to him, telling him what your plans are, telling him what your struggles are, telling him where you're going with the business. If you've got good months, bad months, they should be very intimate, just like your lawyer, your accountant. Probably next to your spouse, the banker is the one that you should have the closest relationship with. They're going to be with you throughout all of this. Every stage of your business planning and family planning, they're probably going to be involved in. They also want to help you, but they have to know what's going on. They have to be able to trust you and you trust them in order to help. At different stages in your business and your family's financial life and career, you're going to need the banker. They're going to provide funding and leverage. Anyone who's in business knows that you need leverage. It needs to be used properly, but very few businesses are going to actually succeed and become worthy of being passed on, sold, parts of legacies without some form of leverage use. Bankers are usually where that leverage genuinely comes from. The other piece of this is that when it comes time to solve key problems about things, whether it's holding down a key employee, whether it's setting up stock ownership plans for employees, buying equipment, making strategic acquisitions, the banker's at the center of this. The banker's the one who's going to probably provide that funding and be able to say what's really possible. The banker's going to be intimate with all different kinds of businesses, probably even in your niche, in your industry. They see them. They get to see them, compare them. They know what other people have done and what's worked and what hasn't. They can help you with those lessons learned that you don't have to relearn. They've been at all the different stages of the growth process. They can actually tell us the truth, the reality of where the business is at, where we kind of put blinders on, or we have idealistic and unrealistic perceptions of the business. A lot of times even other advisors can get that because, it's that old adage of garbage in, garbage out. We may be getting different kinds of conflicting information from the business owner, the employees, and sometimes that might even jive with what we're seeing on our financial statements, but it might not be the true nature of the business, the true story. You can't really hide it from the banker. They see everything that goes through that. They may not be able to see things like your relationship with your managers and your management style, but they certainly can see money-wise the symptoms of all of those problems, and they can provide that final piece that really diagnoses where it's at. They're also a big part of that solution. So whether you're starting up, whether you're growing or expanding, or whether you're preparing to get out, the banker needs to know that. Whether you're having a difficult time because of market conditions, or it's a great time, the banker needs to know that. In difficult times, they can provide that credit that gets us through it. In great times, they can help us plan for the future, make those acquisitions. When we're transitioning to the next generation, they can provide funding. They can talk to us realistically about which options are probably best for that business and how it's going. They get to know the culture and things as well. So every business owner, this is a vital part of your team, is the banker. They should know and talk to all the rest of your advisors. You should probably meet with them at least once a month, if not more than that. Just have lunch, get together. Be honest with them. Tell them what's going on in your life, your dreams, your aspirations, what you're thinking, your plans. Tell them your challenges. Let them know, because they can provide more than just leverage with it. They can sometimes tell you, no, this is really what I'm seeing in the business from looking at your accounts. This is probably where I would look to solve that problem. And just like everyone else, it's advice. But that's advice coming from a position of knowledge that's unique, that none of the other advisors are going to have. You take that advice and you add that into the equation, you can make the best decisions. That's where good planning is going to come from. So don't underestimate your banker.